This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 15. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore be you not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. And be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishop, and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren, teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the elect, 144,000, and the rest of the elect out there, shalom. I'm the brother Dama Gabar, here with another lesson to edify and to feed the lambs and sheep of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai in all truth and sincerity. All right, and hey, right now is the time more than ever to be circumspect and not be out here moving as fools, man. All right, redeeming the time because the days are evil, and we're living in the most evilest times that the earth has ever been in. And this is why Daniel 12 is written about how Michael is going to have to stand up eventually to stand up and to defend the elect. All right, because we're living in a time to where this devil Esau Edom is getting ready to go completely loco, man. All right, and this man's really his back up against the wall, and the only thing that's truly left is for this man to just come down with great wrath. All right, he's unhinged. He's Salakia. All right, Salakia. All right. So, hey, man, now is not the time to be unwise. Now is the time for you to be dialed in and really understand that, America and Babylon the Great is pretty much, it's through, the chickens are coming home to roost. America has a huge target on its back. There's so much infighting. There's so much racial tension in the air. There's, war on the brink, sabotage, backstabbing. Now there's talk of a coming terrorist attack from America's biggest friend and so-called ally, the Tiny Tops, Amalek, man. All right. So I'm going to play a couple of videos just showing you just how wicked and vile those Tiny Tops really are. And it's just further proving the point that we've been telling you, that this man, they're the biblical Edomites and they're the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. All right. And hey, and these devils, man, there's no bounds to their wickedness, And, now they're looking to sabotage. They're looking to stick it to Babylon the Great, America, because of the so-called deal that is being done with Iran. And Rich, in the true essence, I really don't trust any other shit, man. Remember, we're dealing with the devil here. We're dealing with the master of deception. We know that at the end of the day that, these two are thick as thieves, and don't put it beyond them, that this whole deal was set up so that they could present peace and safety, but then sudden destruction is going to come. I wouldn't put it past these devils if all this yelling between Trump and Bibi is all staged. It's all being done intentionally to ultimately to be able to point the finger and blame Iran as being those vile, vicious terrorists that they always, claim that they were. They're going to try to use this peace deal to try to sabotage and make Iran look like the whole time that they were making deals and negotiating with us, their whole intent and their purpose was to attack us, to get back at us, to sneak attack Babylon the Great, which is stupid, which totally doesn't make any sense when you understand the nature of what's really happening over there with Iran and America. The fact that it was very stupid on America's part to try to go and attack Iran. They were never prepared. They were never going to win that war. They were never going to conquer those Iranians, which nobody has ever been able to do. Now, what better way to, use deception and sorcery and underhandedness is to make it seem as if you brokered a good deal between you and Iran, and then for Iran to turn around and to sabotage the deal by bringing a so-called terror attack that the Israelis warned you and planned you. What happened? Oh, you stabbed us in the back. You made a deal against what we wanted. And now, you're making deal with terrorists. Don't be surprised if there's going to be, they're going to stab you in the back and they're going to bring a terror attack And the whole time, America and the West were behind the whole goddamn terror attack. So don't put it beyond these devils that this whole thing is staged. This whole peace deal, this whole feud between Bibi and Israel and America, only to turn around and to blame it on Iran as being that heavy terrorist state they always pointed them out to be. Remember, one of these devils' greatest powers is to victim blame. To control narratives, to blame shift. To play the victim, and then the whole time they're the damn villain, man. Oh, what the fuck was that? But anyways, let me play a couple of these videos I got, man. Just showing you that, hey, man, it's crazy as hell out here, man. And these devils, man, can't put anything past these devils. What the fuck? All right, so let me play this first. All right, check this out. It says 10 times worse than 9/11, and the funny thing is, guess who was behind on 9/11 the whole time? Let's just say the Tiny Tots were behind 9/11. They had a very heavy hand and all of that bullshit. And now they're coming out and telling you that they're predicting a false flag in America, talking about Israel because of the whole Iran peace deal. So you can't put it beyond these devils that this whole set is staged, and they're totally using this deal as a way to blame shift and to deceive you people. But let's check this out.
Everyone understandably gets a bit nervous when an agent of Israel starts predicting a major mass casualty terrorist attack on American soil just days after the American president announces a deal that enrages all of Israel.
Right, and we know how this devil operates, man. Hey, this is why the scriptures say that these people are the border of wickedness, man. That they're the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. That they're here to do the bidding of Satan here on the planet Earth. All right, these people are diabolical. They're devious. They're untrustworthy. They're everything that they try to project and blame other people to be. Is exactly what they are, man. Hey, and like I said, I wouldn't put it past these devils. All this shit is staged. Remember, you can't believe nothing that this man does. Everything that he does is steeped in deception and lies, and trying to control the narrative and psychological brain Fs. And I wouldn't put it past this devil to use this to further the war, to expand this greater Israel project. And like I did a video the other day, these devils, these small hats, told you that they're going to sabotage the deal. What better way to sabotage the deal than all of a sudden for these small hats to do a terrorist attack here in America and then blame it on the Iranians, man? Come on, bro. You can't be this. Y'all can't be that stupid and that simple not to believe that this man is not capable of doing these things. But let's go.
What's another way they could sabotage a peace deal with Iran? Another way is false flag. And now Larry Luber, the mouthpiece of Israel, is actually predicting it. So she says, soon there will be a massive Islamic terror attack in America, and the perpetrators will likely have financial ties to podcasters and those who are sowing discord for foreign nations in America. That would be you.
That's the Rogan sphere.
That would be what Larry Luber's doing.
You see how they're trying to blame shift, and now they're trying to set up a narrative that, it's going to be a terrorist attack, and it's going to be on podcasters and people who speak up against the Tiny Tops, and those who speak up against us. They're being used by the terrorists to do these things. Absolutely ridiculous, man. And then they're going to also use the whole Biden administration, how he allowed all of these unvetted, unchecked migrants to come into the country, all of those sleeper cells. So they have a couple of angles that they can play this thing from. But at the end of the day, it's only going to deceive the simple and the real stupid, man. But everybody, a lot of us know that it's all bullshit. It's all theater. It's all deception and sabotage, man, for these devils to ultimately to get what they want.
I predict there will be many casualties, and only then will it be said that the people have been conned into supporting a terrorist psyop to distract you from the threat of Islam. So what this is all about is that she's almost broadcasting that watch for a false flag coming.
You see, and this is how stupid they think you American people and you people are. Which a lot of you American people are this fucking stupid. Well, they did tell us this was going to happen. We knew, we shouldn't have made a deal with them. This is their plan all along, to make a deal to get us vulnerable and then turn around and to bring a terrorist attack. Come on, bro. You fucking out of your mind, man. This is all these small hats and these devils at work, trying to use their sorcery and their media and their deception to deceive you people, man. That's why the scriptures say that the simple believeth every word, man. Hey, but a prudent man looketh well to his going. We see right through this shit like scotch tape, man. Hey, like I was saying earlier, and this is why, you got to be more circumspect now than ever, because these devils are desperate, man. They're so desperate. They're just, very sloppy in what they're doing. They're not thinking this shit through. It's not even clever. It's not even, somewhat, fooling anybody, It's just like, come on, bro. Really? Are you serious? But hey, this is the pride of these damn devils. And as stupid and as sloppy and as dumb as this is, they'll still pull it. You see? Because remember, this man, the Lord got this man in slippery places, man. And everything that he's doing is just further fully exposing this devil for exactly for that, him being the damn devil. And there's no means and there's no low, there's no level so low that he won't stoop to do this.
From the Zionists.
Look at Julian Dory. Look what he wrote up the top.
She says it will likely be 10 times worse than 9/11, which was also a false flag.
Mm-hmm. Which is also, why? Because you'll be dancing 10 times as hard to it, Israelis?
So Julian Dory says, it's the way this guy clearly wants an attack to happen that pisses me off more than anything.
That's my boy, Julian Dory. Hilarious.
So if I was a Jew, I would be furious at Larry Loomer and people like this, because now people see it coming, and now they know it's going to be a false flag, and this is what makes Jews less safe. When you predict stuff like this. Again, let's remember that the Zionists got the Muslims and Christians, which are actually get along fine together, until Zionists made them think they were enemies. Muslims.
See, that's what this devil has the power to do. He has the power to categorize his enemies, And he can use his media. He can use these different apparatuses at his disposal to create this type of confusion, to divide and conquer, to, create particular narratives, and to, get on TV and lie about a particular thing for so long until it starts to sound like the truth, But this is just more of the wickedness of the wicked, man. All right. And like I said, and now they're going batshit crazy. I saw a lot of other videos of these warmongers going absolutely crazy over this Trump deal. And now they're also threatening Trump. I'll show you another video.
Revere Jesus. They revere the Mother Mary. You know who doesn't? Judaism. So as we've shown you many times, if you go to Israel, they'll spit on Christians, and the people at the tippy top of government just say it's a tradition. So what this does is make Jews less safe. This makes people, so now if there is a false, so when a false flag,
that's the goal.
And so that it's
but it's like I said, everything that they do is just further revealing them for being the wicked. And this is why the scriptures say that the man of sin be revealed. And everything that they do, the Lord is doing a beautiful job of making Esau bare. Everything that he does is just further exposing him for being the devil that the Bible speak of, and that border of wickedness, man. These people are the damn devil. All right. And if you don't see that by now, if you don't want to accept it, then hey, whatever, man. But these people are off the chain.
It says that's the goal, because that is the fuel for Zionism. The fuel for Zionism is to make Jews feel unsafe in other parts of the world, so they feel like they have to go to Israel to feel safe. That was the whole deal that they made with Hitler. Am I wrong about that, Kurt?
No, it's very obvious that's what they've been doing, and you can go look it up real easily, and there's plenty of Jews that talk about it, so...
Here's what Glenn Greenwald says about it. Everyone understandably gets a bit nervous when an agent of Israel starts predicting a major mass casualty terrorist attack on American soil just days after the American president announces a deal that enrages all of Israel. You know who's not upset about this peace deal? Iran. You know who's not upset about this peace deal? Shia Muslims, which are the people who populate Iran and run it. Those are the people who are not upset about this peace deal. In fact, they want it almost as much as Donald Trump wants it. He's desperate for this peace deal because he realizes he screwed up. He has no cards to play. Iran can shut down the Strait of Hormuz, which they've done.
Right, and I saw other videos too where they were saying like, oh, we're going to expose Trump, one of those ex-Israeli, whatever the hell he was, Mossad guy came out and said, I wouldn't be surprised if the more Epstein stuff come out against Trump, You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's getting real ugly, man. And just show you that this damn devil Esau Edom is divided, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, a lot of this shit could be psyops. A lot of this shit could be fake. But at the same time, still can't put it past this devil to where, hey, hey, if this continues to go through and Trump don't play ball, who knows, man? We know the diabolical nature and how low these Amalek will go. Remember, he's the wicked that the Bible speaks of. So don't be surprised, man, if hey, pew pewing might happen. I'm just saying. So hey, all we know is, hey, man, this is just further gonna bring further division and a further end to the wicked, man.
And we've now almost burned through all our reserve oil, which means that the economy is going to tank if he doesn't get a peace deal right now and open the Strait of Hormuz back up to oil traffic, because we burned through all our oil. And so it's exactly what is making Jews less safe is Israel. It's the irony of that Israel was invented so Jews had a safe haven. No, Israel was invented for maniac, bloodthirsty Zionists to go steal someone else's land. That's what it is about. It's not there to make sure Jews are
right. And now that Trump is somewhat saying, look, stop all the killing. We're not going to let you just go around and freely just be a scumbags that you are. Now these devils are mad, man. Hey, they really believe that they have the right to murder and to kill whoever they want to, man. I remember when those Israeli soldiers got caught, graping prisoners. They had a protest in Israel saying that we have the right to grape, man. It's within our right to grape our enemies and to do all these vile and disgusting and nasty things, man. Now, hey, if hey, this might be with the prediction of DJ Trump getting, what was predicted on the Simpsons episode. Hey, this could be that very thing that could spark this off. Whether it's scripted or whether it's fake or whether it's real. Hey, it's all going to lead to, further spewing on the glory of Esau Edom, the so-called white man, Babylon, and the tiny tots, man. And it's going to ultimately lead to you being greatly despised and you greatly hated, and ultimately, you being eradicated out of the earth, which is a beautiful thing, man. So hey, have at it.
Safe. Jews are safe. Everybody I know in Florida, New York, Hollywood, they all feel very safe.
Right. Well, the rich ones didn't want the poor ones around. They're very classist and racist, and they didn't want an influx of Eastern European Jews. So the Rothschilds and all them, get them all into this one place, and we'll use them as a colonial outpost. And they can be cannon fodder like the rest of, like the Goy are cannon fodder, and so are the other Jews. To your up there, Larry Ellison don't live in Israel, does he? Not to my knowledge. And the Rothschilds don't live there. They got streets named after them. They don't live there. None of these rich motherfuckers live there.
So there you have it. Again, if I was a Jew, I would be furious at Israel. I would be furious at Benjamin Netanyahu. I'd be furious at people like Larry Loomer and people who are going to do a false flag. Because
Jews are. Mandy Patinkin's steaming mad. The guy from the Princess Bride's very upset.
I got another video. Watch this one.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get into hypotheticals that could torpedo the deal, because I think the president's expectation is that all of our friends, the Israelis, the Arabs in the region, we're going to work together and actually see this deal to completion. Now, I saw the Axios report, that Netanyahu is fuming. That's not reflective of the conversations that I've had with him, but maybe he's saying something to somebody else that he's not saying to me. What I will say, and this does bother me, is that you've seen people within Bibi's cabinet who have come out and attacked the deal, and in some ways very personally attacked the president of the United States. And I guess my message to them would be twofold. Number one, Donald J. Trump is the only head of state in the entire world who is sympathetic to the nation of Israel at this moment in time. And he happens to be the head of state of the world superpower. If I was in the cabinet of the Israeli government, I might not be attacking the only powerful ally that I have anywhere left in the entire world. And the second message I would give to some of those cabinet members, Bibi, to his credit, has not gone down this path, but to some of these cabinet members in Israel who are attacking the President of the United States, the other thing that I would say is that over the last 3 months, 2/3 of the defensive weapons that have protected your homeland have been built by American hands and paid for by American tax dollars. The problem for Israel is not Donald J. Trump. And anybody in Israel who thinks their biggest problem is the president of the United States needs to wake up and smell the reality of the situation that country is in. Thank you all.
Yeah, so he's lightweight sending threats back to Israel, telling them, look, you need to understand we're your only ally, we're your only friend. Even though we're trying to do what's best for our interests, but those tiny types don't give a fuck because, they feel that they own America and you're going to do their bidding or else, man. So it's beautiful, man. It's very beautiful. And like I said, hey, this has always been the MO of Esau Edom. He's always had infighting. Whether you go back to Alexander the Greek and his generals, they all warred and fought against one another for control and for power. And it's no different now in these last times, man. And ultimately what the Lord is doing, he's really leaving Israel and America out on a lonely island all by themselves, man, while all the rest of the world is coming together. The rest of the nations are coming up under Russia and China and trying to seek better deals and get from under the petrodollar. And they're realizing that America is no longer the superpower that they once were, that they're not, credible enough to be sitting in the seat of power. These nations are all coming together and figuring out ways to come up against this bitch. And these two are going to be left on Revis Island all on their own and going to be eventually nuked, man. But this is Luke 11:17 in the NLT. And he knew their thoughts. So he said, any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed. A family splintered by feuding will fall apart. You see, that's why J.D. Vance was just saying Israel has to understand we're their only ally left in the world, pretty much. There's nowhere else you can go outside of America to get your bread buttered, to get your all these weapons and military stuff that we've given you, to fund you with our taxpayer dollars, man. To come to your aid when you need help. We're the only ones that you have left in our corner. So now it seems like, Trump is desperate. He's trying to do the best that he can to save his presidency and try to, win back the American people. One of the things he's going to have to ultimately do is cut ties with Israel completely, which, I don't see him really doing that. But we can see when he's even trying to a little make a deal and do something that's not in Israel's best interest. Look how quick they flip and turn and threaten. And now they're claiming that there's going to be, predicting or telling you that there's going to be terrorist attack here in this country. And we know who is going to be by if it does escalate to that level, man. So these motherfuckers are divided, bro. And it's a beautiful thing to see. Yet you say I am empowered by Satan. But if Satan is divided and fighting against himself, how can his kingdom survive? Because it's not going to survive. Like I said earlier, hey, the Lord has these devils in slippery places, and the Lord is doing a beautiful number on these damn devils, man. All right, this is Job 20:11. His bones are full of the sins of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue. That's what you just saw those Israelis doing. They were speaking wickedness, but they were trying to hide it. Trying to predict that there's going to be a terrorist attack. But really what they're doing, in sleight of hand, is telling you is what's going to happen. But we know they're going to be behind it, and they have the ability to make it look a particular way as a threat to Babylon, as a threat to Trump. To look, you better play ball, man. Whether they're going to go forward with this T attack, which that's already been in the news. And who's to say that they might not do it on July 4th? That would be the perfect opportunity, right? On July 4th, on America's 250th birthday anniversary, Trump's going to have all these rallies and all this shit. Wouldn't that be the perfect deal to do a new 9/11? But this time it's going to be 9/11 on July 4th. Wouldn't that be the perfect time to send a message? It says, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth. Yet his meat and his bowels is turned, it is the gall of asps within him. It says, he hath swallowed down riches and shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of asps. The viper's tongue shall slay him. You see? He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. Because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he built not, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly, he shall not save of that which he desired. You see? And this is ultimately what all this infighting and bullshit and dumb shit they're doing is going to ultimately lead to. These two devils being judged and totally destroyed at the end of the day, man. So, hey, we're definitely going to keep an eye on this. Hey, things are getting interesting, man. And we can see these devils at each other's throat. We see these devils divided. And it's only going to get worse as we get closer to the end of this thing, man. And hey, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is doing a beautiful job on these devils, man. So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Lord willing, you are edified. Into the next one, Shalom.